Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the final showcasing tonight, where the ladies are going to come out in their evening wear. So without further ado, please give it up for the Miss Uganda UK finalists 2019.
First up is contestant number 1, Caitlin Ochana. So during this round, the judges will be asking each of the ladies a question, which they will be answering to the best of their ability. Please could we have some quiet as the ladies speak so the judges can hear and mark them deservingly. Thank you.
Good evening, contestant number 1. Good evening.
Good evening.
Could we have some quiet in the audience, please? Some quiet, please. Some quiet, please. Thank you very much. Good evening, contestant number 1.
Good evening.
How would you describe a rising woman and what is her role in society?
A rising woman to me is someone who's fearless, is someone who will go over the extra mile, is someone who's confident in her own body. A rising woman for me is also someone who loves herself from within before giving love to others. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we have contestant number 2, Theopista Nachitende.
Hello, I'm Helena. How beautiful you are tonight.
Thank you.
If you had to give a presentation for hundreds of youth at the Uganda House, what would your presentation be about?
Thank you for your question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. My name is Theopista Nachitende, and I'm contestant number 2. If I were to give a presentation in Uganda House to all the youth, it would be about taking time to get to know yourself. I would advise taking the time to get to know yourself. What I mean by this is your background, your heritage, but also your family, in order to put yourself onto the right path. Because as you may know, many of us youth sometimes find ourselves on the wrong path. And I think it's simply as a result of being too quick to make a move. Thank you.
Next up, we have contestant number 3, Rainy Kakoza.
I'll always tell her they girl want to say cock up and day. I'm not gonna leave it tomorrow to make the wedding day. And I will love you from Monday up to Sunday. Yeah, yeah.
So let the rhythm play in your heart. Not Sunday, baby.
Music I feel play for you and me. Tell them say the DJ play the favorite song for you and me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. My name's Rainy Kakoza. I'm contestant number 3. Thank you.
Hello, Raina.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
It's Linda here.
Good.
Why should we choose you from the other contestants tonight?
Thank you for your question. I believe that you should pick me over other contestants, not because I'm better than any of the other girls. We've come on a journey, we've all found ourselves, we've all grown together and grown in our culture, but because there's urgent matters that I believe need to be addressed, such as children and young adults that are living in conditions such as domestic violence that aren't able to speak for themselves. I believe that I think it's so important to give young people, especially those in our Ugandan community, because the topic of domestic violence is so stigmatised, it's not spoken of as much. So it's important to give them a voice so they can not only support themselves but support the family home.
Thank you very much.
Play the favorite song for you and me. Yeah, music I feel play for you and me. And let's see the DJ play the favorite song.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome contestant number 4, Claudia Balungi.
Sisiskana manje kalibaize kubya umushe wazoona supisika muchitenge nangu muchitambala awo supisika vambiri mama kapita siva makaona awe ndaba tupindalama palimbe ansanga.
Good evening, Claudia. You look beautiful and well done. I have a question for you, and that is, what would you say to someone who says that pageants, like such as this one, Miss Uganda UK, degrades women? What would you say to a person who thinks like that or says that to you?
Just to repeat the question was, what would you say to a person who says that pageants such as Miss Uganda UK degrade women?
Thank you for your question. What I would answer to that question is first to realize the difference between
a pageant and modeling, because sometimes I feel like there's misconceptions between the difference. Modeling is something that you do for yourself or a company that you're representing. Whereas when it comes to pageants, it's not about us, it's not about the ladies, it's about the charity work that you're going to do. It's not about, it's not what's in it for you, but it's what are you going to do with the position that you've got to help your community, what charities are you going to get involved in, how are you going to make a difference in those charities. Thank you.
She's got what it takes to be anything. A lawyer, doctor, or a beauty queen. I impress. For you alone, I am feeling.
Kati omusimula omulabanga atabisobola zindaba. She got potential.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have contestant number 5, Jauhara Nsubuga.
Okutandika wali kuzanya muzanyo songo kati twakula omukwano gwatukane ku mwongo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You and me, love, we're a star. Super nice out and you get it come banana. This love gone straight to the moon. The moon and back. Yeah, I'm telling now with baby. Wamalira mukaku kukanota dingina kukola mumudali. Nekalira mu nyumba ya mayinja nakomerera misumari. Your love is so wicked, love. So original, so original. All I sing love.
Hello, contestant number 5.
Thank you.
You look really lovely.
Thank you very much.
That's well thought out, well put together. I like it.
Thank you.
Right. What do you think is the biggest problem facing young people today?
Thank you for your question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. My name is Jauhara Nsubuga and I'm contestant number 5. I believe the biggest problem facing the youth today is lack of self-love and self-belief. Looking back at myself when I was 16, 17, 18, I lacked a lot of courage going out and simply just trying the new things that I wanted to do. I had been told by my friends that I should start a YouTube channel through the makeup that I loved doing. I was told by my friends that I should chase my dream of traveling the world, even at that stage. However, I lacked a lot of self-belief and self-courage to go out and simply just try new things. If the youth today could just simply believe in themselves and have the courage to do anything that they want to do, I believe we will have a lot younger presidents, a lot younger musicians, a lot younger motivational speakers, a lot more younger aspiring women. I believe if you love yourself and truly embrace yourself, you can do anything, no matter whatever struggle you're going through. Thank you.
Thank you and well done.
And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have contestant number 6, Nisha Kilembwe.
I see a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd become one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt the energy of serenity. I saw the life inside your eyes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. My name is Nisha Kilembwe, and I'm contestant number 6. Thank you.
Good evening, Nisha. I am Helena. You look very sparkly, very beautiful. I have this question for you. How would you describe a rising woman, and what is her role in society?
Thank you very much for that question. Okay, so I think a rising woman is a woman who empowers other women, young ladies, a woman who goes out of her way to help other ladies be able to understand what they're capable of doing. And I think I'll use my mom as an example, because she was a single mom, and she always told me that, Nisha, you're beautiful. And if she, her saying all that she said to me made me come on stage and do what I'm doing today. So I think if there are more rising women like her, it will help the younger generation believe in themselves. Thank you.
What a wonderful mother you have.
So, can you?
What a wonderful mother you have.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, next on stage we have contestant number 7, Chavia Chaze.
Would you mind calling your phone at any time? Would you mind to tell us someone team and I won't go to job. Oh, daddy, baby, oh, mutima kubera good to job. Good to job, good to job, good to job. Oh, daddy, baby, oh, mutima kubera good to job. Kuba kukona we do. Kukona we do. Kuba kukona we do. Kukona we do. Kwata pani, kwata lupapula nzoke nkuwe. Byonna yoyagala, wandika ntuma nkuwe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. My name is Chavia Chaze, and I am contestant number 7.
Hello, Chavia. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
You are just radiating elegance on the stage.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your questions. If I was to give a presentation to hundreds of youth at the Ugandan House, my presentation would be about dreaming big. We live in a world where the world is literally our oyster. In the UK, we are blessed to be surrounded by so many opportunities given to us young youths. For me here, my dream was to be in Miss Uganda 2 years ago, and I finally made it. Being an example to young youths is one thing that will encourage them to also dream big. In the UK, there are hundreds of Ugandans doing so many amazing things, from YouTube, business, and so many other creative things. Our own community is an example of a dream becoming reality, and it makes me so proud to be a member of that community. Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yongera,
kuyona subire waleta mumutima munda byebe kwagala omuweka wansangula maziga gonna gutuja gutuja gutuja
Ladies and gentlemen, next on stage we have contestant number 8, Ashley Mbabazi.
The first thing I wanna jam in the morning. Tony not so, only perfect. Tony I wanna
Soira, Jaco Gobera, Soira.
Bien better soila, Jaco Gobela, soila.
I wanna see you now. I wanna do it
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. My name is Ashley Mbabazi and I'm contestant number 8.
Good evening, Ashley.
Good evening.
You look absolutely radiant.
Thank you.
And your smile is everything.
Thank you.
Ashley, why should we choose you from the other contestants to be Miss Uganda UK 2019-2020?
Thank you for your question. I believe you should choose me over the other contestants because I'm a youth leader already. I've done a lot of work in my local church called Ugandan Croydon Catholic Community, promoting African heritage by teaching the youth the amazing things about our country, Uganda, by teaching them about how to cook, dance kadodi, as well as pumatoke, all these amazing things about our country. I've also done work in Uganda with a charity called Fenatu June, which works in empowering disabled children. All the above things show that I've already led as an example, and so I want to take this on a bigger platform if I was to win and get the crown. Thank you.
Anytime you come around, I see this blazing fire, blazing fire. Anytime you come around, I see this blazing fire, fire.
Anytime you come around, I see blazing fire, fire. Anytime you come around, I see blazing fire, fire.
Next on stage, ladies and gentlemen, we have contestant number 9, Kathryn-Zeta Pope.
Muslima zenalindage kwa nyuma sichikukweka buno mokano kweni nagogo kana kayiba kenyimbyekako sichikukweka monda baby unatunda gukubanyola kabenga omutima nawe nogukunda gukubanyola kabenga muchanga na kufuna baby let me set up baby let me set up baby let me set up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. My name is Kathryn-Zeta Pope, and I'm contestant number 9. Thank you.
Good evening, contestant number 9. You look stunning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your patience. What do you think is the biggest problem facing young people today?
Thank you for your question. I would say the biggest problem facing young people today is disillusionment. Young people have become disillusioned by our economy and society. The recession that hit our economy in 2007 is still having a rippling effect on young people today. At present, student loans are totaled at £27,000. That's triple what they once were. At the age of 21, young people will be faced with crippling debt just for trying to pursue higher education. And let's talk about that higher education. It's not opening doors like it once used to. I mean, young people will graduate, they will go on to do their masters, and then they will still struggle to find entry-level jobs. And then other young people are looking to pursue vocational academia, like performing arts, media, and fashion design, and they are faced with a lack of job security. So it's a catch-22, where young people have aspirational ideas, but they are struggling with an uphill battle to achieve these dreams. And then the other side of the coin is society. Society is immersed in social media. I mean, the President of the United States is tweeting something crazy every single day. So young people look to Instagram, they look to the likes and the comments to determine their self-worth. They are being disillusioned by a Photoshop filtered image. And I believe that this is the greatest problem facing young people today. Thank you.
I make your body go straight to the floor. Sit you quick, sit you quick. Your blessing calm and burning. I want to be your one.
Next on stage, ladies and gentlemen, we have contestant number 10, Nabila Mpanga.
Just my baby. Oh, you go muraba, Azambura, she my baby. Tinkwenda, Amugamba, my baby. Asika kisasi, yanandanga, kobe kuchitoke. Otamundum, supu wankene, sweet inside. Nice and lovely. Lovely. Nice and lovely.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nabila Nachigozimpanga, and I'm contestant number 10.
Hello, Nabila.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm not too bad.
Okay, I got a question to ask you. What would you say to someone that says that pageants like Miss UK degrades women?
Okay. Thank you for the question, judges.
You're welcome.
So, for someone who would say that pageants like Miss Uganda UK degrades women, I personally would tell them to firstly do their research, because I myself am a Muslim contestant and I have managed to come into Miss Uganda UK and contend all the way to the end. Not once while I was at rehearsals or while I spoke to Jackie, not once did anyone tell me that I have to take my clothes off or I have to wear the swimwear. I came into Miss Uganda UK as a Muslim lady, and I'm leaving Miss Uganda UK as a Muslim woman. So, to sort of conclude it, anyone who believes that Miss Uganda UK degrades women, you're wrong. Please do your research.